Hi, I know I'm late. This is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog. I didn't even have time to get in here and get a thumbnail on. Uh, so I hope you recognize my house. That's, I think, what comes on when I don't put a thumbnail on. Uh, yes, I've had a busy day. I just got done eating supper. I don't know if anybody's here or not. Looks like just me so far. Janet, there you are. Hi. Yes, I know I'm late. And Bumblebee is here on her phone, but she's not here in the chat. Yeah, I think it just has a picture of my house or something on there when I don't have a thumbnail. I thought instead of taking another 5 or 10 minutes doing a thumbnail, I better just come on. So, yeah. I had to go to Target and pick up a prescription and get a couple other things. And yeah, I didn't know I was this late, but I don't know. Well, I'm only 5 minutes late. Uh, I've been working on trying to edit this video that I made yesterday. It's sort of you probably just laugh at it. It's a thing about me cleaning out my refrigerator and trying to find out what I could salvage to eat for the next week or two. I'm terrible at pushing stuff to the back of my refrigerator. Ah, yes, I did have a ship with me on this morning. I sold a couple more things, and I've sold one thing so far for tomorrow's ship with me. I'm hoping I have more than one, but I'll come on if it's only one. Because I want to keep the YouTube videos going every day if I can. Working up till 2,000 subscribers. I have a ways to go yet. I think I'm at 1,700. No, I'm not that far. I don't know what I'm at. Yeah. I have so many things on my board. Poshmark is still very slow. I haven't had a Poshmark sale. Just one this week or two this week, and they were on my ship with me videos. But the one I sold today is an eBay sale. So yeah, it's very slow. I've been actually watching a lot of. I'm trying to learn how to watercolor, and so far I've been watching tutorials and not painting very much. I've only painted that one that I showed on here, a teeny little, thing, practice watercolors. I have these little watercolor papers. They're just little. So I have found out that the most important thing in watercolor is probably, besides the paint, that's important, but actually, I think the paper is more important. You should have 100% cotton paper, and it has to be thick enough. I should have brought my hat. My hat is like half done so far. That's what I've been working on in the evening. Uh, I'm hoping the skein of yarn will finish the hat. I'm going by. I finally found my pattern for my hats, and I didn't find it till like I was halfway. I had done the whole top part, and I just found it. I'm down to about here, and I finally found the pattern, so hopefully it'll come out okay. I'm hoping it won't be too little or too big. So it's a crocheting one. I haven't knitted anything yet, but I do have knitting needles and I know how to knit. I just have to find a pattern that I want to do. I like to crochet hats better than knitting because when you crochet a hat, you can start from the top in a circle and just bring the whole thing down. You're crocheting the whole round circle, the whole round hat. When you knit, you're knitting unless you use those circle needles, those round needles that are connected. I've never used those. I was just going to ask where you get my patterns. I had the patterns I had when I got them out of books way back before it was before YouTube. I knitted long time ago and crocheted long time ago. And when I made the hats, I think I got those patterns out of uh, books, some old books that I had. But I think the knitting, I've never knit on those round needles. I only knit on the straight, regular knitting needles. And if you knit a hat that way, you're knitting in a straight block and you have to sew it together then. You knit it like this and then you bring it together. I've never knit a hat. I've knit sweaters. I've knit complicated things, but never a hat. Circular needles, yeah. I've never used those. Debbie, hi. I'm a little late coming on and I didn't put on my thumbnail, so that's why just the picture of the house is there. Sorry. You're eating at Bob Evans. Yeah. We used to eat at Bob Evans quite a bit. And when my husband was alive, before he got sick, we went out to eat quite a bit. No place really fancy, but, we went out to eat quite a bit. Because if I mentioned this before, I'm not a cook. I don't like to cook. I've never liked to cook, much to his dismay. So I was always saying, well, let's just go out for supper. But my favorite meal to eat out is breakfast. I love to eat breakfast out. But I don't go out to eat by myself. Yvonne, hi. I'm doing okay. Let's see. This is. Okay. That was my daughter. My daughter's at work, but sometimes she texts me when she's on her break. You don't like to cook either, Debbie says. No. Yvonne, I'm doing okay. I was out today. I drove to town, had to go to Target. So I looked around a little bit in there. I just had to go to pick up a prescription, so I walked around a little bit. But that's all. I've been watching, like I said, YouTube videos on watercolor. Uh, yeah, once I start, I just keep watching them. It's a couple of my water. I did it along with them. You like to bake, though, Debbie. Debbie says. I don't mind baking, right? Because I love sweets, and I don't mind making a cake. But as far as cooking regular stuff, eh, it just doesn't interest me that much. Things look good to me, but then they never come out that good for me because I'm just not a good cook. Yeah, I figured it was time. I hadn't been out anywhere since, I don't know. It's not quite a week. But yeah, it's good for me. I feel better when I go someplace and I'm out a little bit. So that's why I didn't rush in and out. I just, stayed in Target and looked around a little bit. I'm going to have to call my handyman again because I thought he was going to come this week and I haven't heard from him this week. Although his daughter did get married this past weekend. So I'm sure he's been busy. My daughter texted me earlier today and wondered where all the paintings were because I got the I got the paint, I got the paper, and I'm watching the YouTube videos, and I've only sent her a picture of one painting and a few sketches. But she acted sort of interested in doing it too, so I asked her if she got her paints yet, and she said no, not yet. So I hope she tries it. Yeah. I end up, if I don't want to get out all the painting things, because I don't have, here's what I did today or yesterday. I don't have a place to paint in my family room. I have a lot of tables in here. I don't have any tables out in my family room, regular tables big enough that would be big enough to, they don't have to be big, just big enough to put some, watercolors on and to paint on. And I know where I want to put it. So what did I do? I went on Amazon and I ordered a little table. I think it's 32 inches wide and 20 inches deep. So it's just a little table. It looks easy to put together. We'll see. There's always Samantha. And something I can sit in the family room by the window and, put a chair there and just have that to paint on. Because my other tables are like end tables and that you can't use those. And I want to be out where the television is. I want to be out in the family room. I don't want to be, uh, this is eBay stuff. I don't want to do it in here. I do intend on painting, though, for sure. I will let you know when I get some some pictures together. Yeah, if I can get this video edited, I did it in a lot of little, you know, like 3 and 4 minute parts because it goes onto my computer much easier if you don't do it in one big, you know, 20 or 30-minute video. So I have to put all those together and make a video out of it, edit it. Uh, if I don't put it on, it's because I look so awful. The lighting is horrible out there. The lighting is overhead and it's just horrible. And yeah, I look I look all hunched over. That was another thing I didn't realize till I saw this video. But if I walk around with holding my shoulders back, it hurts my back. That's how bad, my back, when you get old, you start to hunch over, which is not good. But that's what happens. If you're not exercising and doing the right exercise not to make this happen. My cat is rubbing against me because she wants her dinner. You have a ways to go yet, little girl. I think my my dog is sitting in front of the fireplace. I have regular glass fireplace doors that close it up tight, but I think he heard something. Now, nothing can get down the chimney because it's capped, but mice can get around there and in. I think my dog heard something over there on the hearth or maybe behind the fireplace doors. She's just sitting there stalking. Uh, yeah, so I didn't really have any subject for tonight. I just when I saw it was getting so late, I did want to come on just to make sure you know I'm okay. My kitty's always angry. That's right. That's what got her in the position she's in with diabetes. And she did start to, now this is my fault. She did start to lose weight when she was on more insulin and I was more careful about what I was feeding her. But her counts were really good the last time and her insulin was reduced with like it was almost cut in half. And I started feeding her, giving her more treats. And now she's getting fatter again. So she needs to go get her blood tested. I'll bet you anything she needs to be upped with their insulin again. And that's terrible. It's hard. You can't explain to them. They're hungry. And she just looks at me and constantly meows. But she gets fed about 8 o'clock. That's a whole half hour from now. She thinks that's way too long. Uh, what has uh, Janet? Do you knit or crochet? Debbie, the only place I usually go uh, now to eat is Panera. I don't mind eating in there by myself. And of course, Starbucks if I feel like going in, but I usually just get something at the window. But to go into a restaurant and sit by myself, I don't do that. I wouldn't mind going to Bob Evans so much either. But yeah. We used to have a pie place, Baker Square. We used to have Baker Square here. And my husband loved to go to Baker Square because he loved pecan pie. It was his favorite. And they had a really good pecan pie. And so we would go in there uh, for him to order pecan pie. I've never made a pecan pie. I hear it's not that hard. My friend Judy has brought me pecan pie a couple times, but she cooks like crazy. She's a wonderful cook and baker. She moved far enough away now that I don't see her that often. It's not real far, but it's further than it was. And since I don't drive much anymore, I just drive to town and back, really. And that's not very far. 7 miles it is. If you hold on a minute, I will go get my hat to show you where I am on it. If you're interested, it'll only take me a minute to run out there and get it. So don't go away. I'll be right back. Okay, here I am, back with my hat. Make sure I don't pull the loop bigger so I don't start unraveling it. Okay, here was the ball of yarn. It's a variegated. This is very soft. It's acrylic and wool. There's some wool in here, but all kinds of colors in there. And it required, this is the first time I've ever crocheted with this big of a crochet hook. This is a 9. I've never used this big of a hook before. But here's the hat. Let me keep my finger in the loop. Uh, Here's how far I am on it. Yeah, I have a little ways to go yet. It's only this big so far. But there are some holes here that aren't supposed to be here. And this was in the very beginning. I wasn't using a pattern. I'm going to have to just take some thread or some yarn and close those up. It is near the top, so, well, the top is here. The top is here. And the holes. I'm going to put a pom-pom on here, or yeah, a tight little pom-pom. I like something on the top of the hats. So this is my hat so far. This is what I do in the evening, just sitting on my recliner. uh, so yeah. When I got uh, yes, I have lots of mice in my house. There's no keeping mice out of a house that was built in 170 years ago. Yeah. There's all kinds of places for mice to get in this house. Nothing is, you know, there's ways for anything to get into the basement, into the cellar. I don't think I've had anything bigger than a squirrel. Hi, Alicia. But lots of mice, chipmunks. I've had chipmunks in the family room with me. I've had a red squirrel in the house. And long time ago, we had raccoons in the chimney, but that's before we got it capped. That was a long time ago. You've had squirrels in your walls. Well, I suspect there are things in my walls also, because the walls to this house, I only know this because of the electricians that have done things in this house for us. The walls of this house are 14 inches thick. So that's a lot of room for things to live. And I wouldn't be surprised at all what's in there, because I hear things in my walls. How do you get rid of things in your walls? That's my question. I just am very surprised they haven't gotten into the electrical wiring, unless that's somehow protected, because this is a long time. This house has been here a long time, and it's had electricity for a long time, and things have been in the wall ever since we moved here. So I don't know. How do you get rid of things that have made their homes in the walls? You can set traps, yes. You had to set a trap and use Brillo pads for them to nibble on. Oh dear. What does that do to them? You're dealing with somebody here that can't stand to kill an animal. So that is probably the main problem, is me. You can't poison them. They'll stink up your whole house. You can't. Yeah. The squirrels got inside and ruined your kitchen trying to get out. Yeah. There should be enough place. Of course, when they're in a panic trying to get out, like if the dog would be chasing them or something, or the cat, hopefully they'll just run to the basement again because there's plenty of ways for them to get back out down there. Uh, yeah, my cat catches mice quite a bit. She's gotten much better at it. So she does kill mice. Uh, if she chases a little mouse, it just depends if her or I get to it at first. If I get to the little mouse first, I grab it and take it outside and put it in the garden. I'm not afraid to pick a mouse up. And the last couple that she was chasing have been little tiny ones. Wow, Miss Shirley, you have ads running on your lives. Is that a setting you set? I just hit 1K subs this weekend, and however they're promoting my videos is not me. That's YouTube. If you're on often enough, I think they start that for you. Or if you get enough people viewing, they start sort of promoting your videos a little bit, and that makes it even better for you. So if you're seeing things, ads running on my live videos, huh? Well, how about that? I haven't seen them. Congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. How many watch hours do you have? That's the harder to get. It took me I don't know. After I got the 1,000 subscribers, it took me maybe another month or so to get the watch hours. But then you can get monetized. You have 1,500. Yeah. Yeah, they require the 4,000, and that it seems a lot. But if you keep putting videos on, you'll get them. It feels so far. Yeah, I know. I never paid any attention when I first started on YouTube long, long, long time ago. I never paid one bit of attention on getting subscribers or ever making money, doing anything about YouTube. I just like to do videos, and I do videos on some things I was doing. Never paid any attention. And then I started doing these live chats and got this group of people together. And at that time was a year and a half ago. I had I don't know, close to 500 subscribers. And the people on this channel are the ones that got me across the 1,000 mark line. I don't know how they did it. they were subscribers already, but they must have told people about it. I don't know, but it didn't take me long after that to get to the 1,000. But it is harder to get to the 4,000 watch hours. Everybody says that. You're the same as I was, yeah. Yeah, I didn't pay any attention to it at all. I'm not making any money. I mean, I think you have to make $100 in 3 months before they'll send you a check. So I barely make it every once in a while. This month, it should be in the bank now. I forget what date they send it. Uh, I think they said I have $139 coming. Yay. But it's something. But that's not every month. I don't get that every month. I can go 2, 3, 4 months without anything. That you just have to keep going, just keep plugging along. Yeah, that's true. It's more than I had. And with eBay and Poshmark not doing anything, every little bit helps. Yeah. Of course, every little bit is taxed too. You have to claim it with taxes. In fact, last year I had very, very little in YouTube to claim. I claimed it because they send you a 1070, what is it, a 1099? No matter how little you make, YouTube sends you one of those, which means also the tax people get it. And so I sent that in with my tax to my guy. And he says, "What's this? What's this YouTube thing?" So last year was the first year. Yeah, you have to pay taxes on that little bit of money. Of course. Yeah. But I do YouTube basically because I enjoy doing videos. And these live videos I enjoy doing to talk to people. Basically, sometimes it's you people are the only people I talk to all week on Thursday nights and Sunday afternoons. Uh, yeah, it's sad being in the country sometimes. I'm at a new church, so I don't know anybody there. My old church, none of the people that I used to know go there anymore. And it's another preacher. So I found out about this new church. It's even closer to me. It's like 4 minutes away. But it's all new people. They're very friendly, though. I will say that. I even got a note in the mail, in the real mail, not online, like a real postage mail, welcoming me because I was new. So that's nice, except winter's coming. Honey, I know. Just wait a little bit. I don't drive if it's bad, if there's a lot of snow. I don't mind the cold going out. I mean, I do mind the cold, but I do go places in the cold. But I don't drive in the snow anymore. Are you able to stream service online? Yes, but that church streams their service. In fact, my old church, they also stream, but the one I watch all the time is Cornerstone Chapel in Virginia, Leesburg, Virginia. That's the pastor that I like to listen to the most because they go through the Bible verse by verse, and that's what I like because I do a yearly Bible. I'm reading the Bible. I did it all last year. I read the Bible, the whole Bible, and this year I'm doing the chronological, reading it chronologically uh, this year. But I like, his name is Pastor Gary Hamburg in at Cornerstone Chapel in Leesburg, Virginia. I've learned so much from him. His two sons are also pastors there. It's a quite a big church. It's gotten to be quite a big church. You've done the Bible, the 365 program. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Now that I've done it like these 2 years, I think I'll just keep doing it every year. I don't know what I'd do with myself in the morning if I didn't do that. Uh, oh dear, my favorite book of the Bible. Besides the Gospels, it's probably Acts and Romans. Yeah. I love the 91st Psalm. I can't do it by, I have trouble memorizing things. I can't tell it to you from memory, but it's the 91st Psalm. Any of the Bible verses that I have a list of them. Next time, if I remember, I'll bring it out here. That if I get afraid, if I get scared, if I get nervous, I have a list of Bible verses that I can read, and the 91st Psalm is one of them. Yours is the book of James. Okay. Yeah. Has anybody here watched the series? It's like a movie, but it's in parts. The Chosen. Have you watched The Chosen? I've learned now. I know that's not it's not truly, it doesn't go, verse by verse from the Bible. It is a fiction book, but yes, The Chosen. Okay. You know what I mean. But I have learned so much from it. When I read in the Bible, I recognize things from the Chosen movie. Now, I know they put a lot of extra stuff in there that's not in the Bible. It is dramatized, right? But I enjoy it so much. And when I'm reading the Gospels and Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, I can just picture them. That's what they look like from the Chosen. And don't you love Matthew? I haven't watched The House of David. No, there's another one too. Yes, I was going to make that one and another one that they just did, or they did during this time. It's not the House of David. Yes, they developed the characters so well. I know. I will I will watch that, The House of David, though. It's another one that they've just finished or they're just finishing it. Okay, The House of David, very biblically sound. Okay, I'll make sure. It's on Amazon Prime. Okay, I get that. In fact, I'm looking for another movie right now because I just finished a series. Well, it wasn't a series. It was, I like courtroom drama, and it was one of those I was watching. Uh, yeah, I'll go look for it tonight uh, and start that. Well, I've enjoyed talking to you, Alicia. I'm glad that you're a Bible reader too. Yeah. Uh, that's what I look for most of the time in the movie, in Netflix or whatever. That's what I look for because I do really enjoy that. I have no idea why. It has both mystery and crime and the courtroom drama. So, what more can you ask for? There's so many weird movies out now. It's hard to find a good movie. But I think I'm going to have to go and feed this poor little cat who's looking at me. Just pitiful. Uh, yes, well, I'm so glad you came on tonight, Alicia. Uh, yes, you have a blessed weekend too. And yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. And if I remember, I will bring that list of things from my Bible. Okay. And I will see you on Sunday. Hopefully, I'll have a ship with me every day in the mornings, but I'll see you on Sundays at 4:00 for another live. So thank you all for coming.